Hey, what's up you guys, it's Connor, and today I am going to be doing a recommendations video. I get a lot of questions about what middle grade series people should read, what are my favorites, what's good for this person, what's good for that person, and so I've decided that I'm going to start doing recommendations. So the first one is going to be one of my favorite genres, which is middle grade. I'm going to be particularly aiming this video towards younger male readers because, as we all know, there are a lot more readers that are girls than are boys. I have way more friends that read that are girls than I do that are boys. So I'm hoping that with this video it'll inspire some younger readers or some parents that have young boys that don't like to read to get their children reading, because obviously reading is a very good thing. And these recommendations are not just for boys. I just think that boys particularly would like the suggestions that I'm giving. Obviously, I love all of these and I think that everyone can read them, so definitely girls will also love these books, but I'm hoping to get more guys back into reading because I think that most guys stop reading around the middle grade area because it's not really viewed as cool anymore. For instance, my brother has started to get back into reading, which I'm so excited about, but he gets made fun of a lot for reading and I am just like, torn, don't even worry about it. You're fine. Don't listen to them. Just keep reading. That's the whole point of this video. Just keep reading. These are just recommendations for everyone, but hopefully guys will kind of get back into reading more. Fingers crossed. The first middle grade series that I'm going to be recommendationing, The first middle grade series that I will be recommending is a hugely popular one. If you have not heard of it, I am shocked. Like, literally, who are you? And that's going to be Percy Jackson and the Olympians by Riordan. This is a 5-book series, but then it has an additional 5 books after that, and then more books after that. So this world is one where you can stay with it for your very, very long time if you fall in love with it. If you guys don't know, it's about a boy named Percy who finds out that he's a demigod, which means that one of his parents is a god, and then he finds out which one, and then he goes on so many adventures, like an incredible number of adventures. He is the most active 12-year-old on the planet. I also like how he ages throughout the series, and you can really tell that he is growing as a person throughout the entire series, and he is so funny, he's so witty, he's very sassy is the word, but I don't like describing people as sassy, but that would be the description of Percy. It's chock full of mythology, and I absolutely love mythology, particularly Greek mythology, and this series is actually probably what started me down the path of my major at university. I majored in classical studies, which is ancient history, so ancient Greece, ancient Rome, ancient Egypt, that kind of stuff, and this might be partially to blame. So it's definitely one of those things that really gets you into a specific topic. For me, it was mythology, but it could be adventure stories or coming of age stories or something like that. But yeah, this one, definitely check it out. Except for Lainey, I know you're never gonna do it. Also, if you or your kid has a hard time reading novels and they may need some transition into novels, they have all the stories in graphic novel form, which is really cool. And so you can get the story in a different format if you need to, and it's just so much fun. I definitely recommend it. Obviously, this is a recommendation video. Come on, Connor. The next series is another very popular series, and that is going to be Artemis Fowl by Eoin Colfer. It's an 8-book series. It's about a boy genius. He's a super genius named Artemis, and he discovers that fairies exist, and so he uses them to accomplish his own goals. This I would recommend for the more intellectual middle grade reader, or someone that really likes technology, because there's a lot of technology in this book mixed in with the magic. It's like magic technology, but it's still technology. Artemis's view on the world is so skewed because of the way that he was raised, and so it's really funny to see him realize that and start to change throughout the whole novel. And I also really like that it has a code at the bottom of each page, and so you can translate the code, and I just think that that is so much fun. That's like one of my favorite things that middle grade authors will do, is like add little things like that you can go through later and try to translate everything. So yeah, this one. The next series I'm going to be suggesting is just a trilogy, so it's not one of those huge series that you have to commit to. And it's one that's not as popular as obviously those other two, and I haven't heard that many people read it, although it is one of my favorite middle grade series, and that is going to be the Beyonders trilogy by Mull. It's about a boy named Jason who falls through the mouth of a hippopotamus, and it's actually actually a portal into another world, and so he shows up in this other world and has to figure out what's going on, has to figure out how to save that world and how to go home. There's also a girl from our world that falls through a different portal, and so they team up and they start going through everything. I love this series, especially because it has so many different types of humanoid creatures. They're so unique, so different from anything I've ever read before, and I loved reading about them. There's magic in this series. Definitely check this one out. I loved it. The next one I'm going to recommend is going to be Wings of Fire by T. Sutherland. This is a 8-book series, but the first kind of story arc ends with book 5, so you don't have to read the whole thing if you don't want to. So this is a high fantasy book set in a world where all of the dragons are in charge, and there's so many different types of dragons. They're all very unique. They have different cultures. They have different physical appearances and abilities, and I really enjoyed learning about all the different types of dragons. I found them fascinating. They were so cool. And there is a huge civil war happening in this world. There's 3 daughters to the queen who are vying for the throne after the queen passes away, and so there is a huge war that all the different types of dragons have gotten involved in, and there's a prophecy about the main 5 characters that they will be the ones to decide which queen gets to be the real queen. And I just love the diversity in this. There's so many different types of personalities in this book that I think that everyone will really enjoy reading them. Each book is written in a different character's point of view. So this one is about a boy named Clay. The second one is about a girl named Tsunami. I guess girl dragon, I don't know. Dragoness, dragon, I don't know. And so you get a lot of different viewpoints of the world, and you experience a lot of different emotions and feelings and adventures from each of the different dragons. And so I really enjoyed that. I think it is super violent though, so this is going to be for a little bit older, not those like young, like not an 8-year-old, although Torn did read this when he was pretty young and he absolutely loved it. This is the book that got my brother into reading, and now he's reading The Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini, which I heard is getting a 5th book at some point soon, so I don't know how to feel about that. But yes, this series is fantastic. It's one of those that it's my go-to middle grade recommendation, and I've been pushing it off on a lot of my booktube friends. Kayla, did that to you, so sorry about that. But fantastic, loved it, check it out. And the last one I'm going to be suggesting in this video is going to be for those troublemakers, those class clowns, the people that just cannot seem to stay out of trouble, those kind of middle grade aged kids. So if you're a parent and you want your class clown kid to just kind of settle down, cool their jets, learn some life lessons, this one is going to be perfect for them. And that is going to be the Alcatraz series by Brandon Sanderson. This is Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians. That is the first book in the series. They have new covers now. I don't think you're going to really be able to find these ones. The new ones are illustrated. I really want to pick them up, but I already own the first 4 like this, and the 5th one is coming out this year. I'm so excited for it. I'm not gonna have matching copies, which is gonna be annoying, but you know, you can't have everything. This is about a boy named Alcatraz Smedry who just cannot stop himself from breaking almost everything he touches, which is exactly my brother. My brother breaks everything that he touches. Like, I was going to graduation and he grabbed my cap and my tassel broke, and I was like, stop touching things, get away from me, don't touch me. Like, please, not today. Yeah, he just breaks everything. It is so weird. I don't get it. I have a list. I have a huge list of everything that he breaks because I just can't believe that he is that accident prone. So this is about a boy named Alcatraz Smedry who cannot stop himself from breaking things, and because of that he gets in a lot of trouble and he gets passed off from place to place a lot. He is an orphan, and so he has a hard time connecting with people, and he's just an outsider really at the beginning of the book. Some things happen and he finds out that he's not your ordinary boy. He has some other things going on. I'm being purposely vague because I don't want to spoil anything, because this series is so much fun. It is so funny. All the characters are just so weird and quirky and just so entertaining that I just could not stop reading them. I read all 4 very quickly, and I do not marathon series very often. I think one of my favorite parts of the series is that one of the characters uses authors' last names as curse words, so he'll say gambling Gaimans or rambling Rothfuses, something like that. So I just thought that was so funny. I think on the 3rd book I started writing down all the authors' names, and I want to go and seek out those authors and read a book from each of those authors. So it's definitely one of those books that is going to be a gateway if you're new to reading. into other authors and other genres and just expand your reading tastes. Definitely recommend this one as well. Of course, this is a recommendation video. So these are the 5 series that I think that everyone should read, and I'm hoping that young men will find them very entertaining and discover their love for reading. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite middle grade series is, because I want to read all the amazing middle grade ever in the world. Also, let me know if you've read any of these and what your thoughts were. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.